All right, welcome back to another edition of Roundball. We have a miserable fuck Jordan Bohannon on the show. This man shows up to the show. We've done 7 shows, and this guy's sick of it already. And then we have Hunter, who has also – this guy has made it – what a dedication to the podcast I have never seen out of this man. So, Hunter, how you doing?
Man, I am tired, Marty. We just got done with the Ohio game, literally – 11:30 at night, so I'm pretty drained, but excited to see you guys, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big episode for you. You got a lot to explain. Let's just get it out of the way. First to start, you said you were gonna win by 20 against Arizona State. You also thought the podcast came out on Friday, so you didn't know that was gonna happen.
Yeah, that was my first mistake was thinking that the podcast was going to come out the day after the game. Not knowing that it came out before the game. That was my first mistake. And then the second mistake was just stupid enough to actually guess a score and how much we were going to win by. That was just a trap question. I will put it out there. I will not be predicting any more scores for Michigan this year.
Dude, didn't we sit there or Jordan too? Like, come on, tell us the score. Tell us the score.
I know, it was just one of those like, screw it. But
it wouldn't have been that bad if you said like we were gonna win by 20 and you lost by like 5. The fact that they won by 20 made it like
by like 30, right?
Yeah, that was the perfect storm.
Yeah,
can you fucking admit that you guys are ass this year, or how many times? Like I predicted this 2 weeks ago.
I mean, Arizona State played the game of the season.
Okay, what about Ohio?
Well, we're gonna get to Ohio.
Okay.
The Arizona State game,
I want my fucking money back.
They played their butts off. I will admit, they played great. I don't see them shooting 11 for 19 again.
Oh, they're 0-3. It's like
they're
wide open. They're gonna shoot 50% if they're wide open.
I mean, not all of them are wide open. I watched the
teams
game.
Don't shoot 50% from 3 if they're not open.
They hit some tough shots. And then, obviously, we'll never win a game if we shoot 3 from 19 from 3.
You also took really bad shots. So, I mean, does no one say, like, hey, maybe we should get a good shot this possession? Hey, they're on a 20-2 run. Maybe we should come down and get a good shot. Anyone ever say that against Arizona State?
Is that what you said against Richmond?
Yeah, attaboy, Hunter.
I mean,
oh damn.
Let's go back to this Arizona State game. So yeah, you lost by 30. They played it out of their mind. You guys looked like ass. Obviously, you just did. First of all, did anyone say anything about you saying that you're gonna win by 20 on the team?
On my team, no.
No,
obviously, like my DMs were flooded after the game. I mean, the main Barstool page posted it. I honestly did not even look at Twitter. I was like, let me look at that. Instagram, obviously, like the comments are a lot of. I didn't know Arizona State had that many basketball fans.
Yeah, no, that usually comes with Barstool.
I didn't know they had that many fans, but one of the players from the other team did send me it. I mean, but the worst part about the loss, honestly, was just like the trash talk that they were talking so much, and it's just like, damn, I'm like, we can't really say anything because they are beating the hell out of us right now, and so it's just like, I mean, some of them weren't doing that much that we're talking, and I was close to saying something, but I was like, okay. But at the end of the game, when I got taken out and like it was like 4 minutes left, then it really hit me. I'm like, damn, I really said we're gonna win by 20 and we're losing by 25. Like, I know this is gonna be bad, but
who's the player?
I don't care.
Get him on here.
Huh?
Who's the player? We should get him on here.
I'm not gonna give him that clout. I'm gonna give him that satisfaction.
Was he a starter?
Yes.
All right, now I gotta do the
fact you don't even know. I feel like that's the reason why you guys lost by 30. You don't even remember their starters.
No, well, because I don't want to give it away, but like I don't want to give it away. If I say my reasoning, it will give it away who it is.
So someone on the team DM'd you.
I think they DM'd me my quote from Roundball. I didn't open it. I was going to open it
before or after the game.
Huh?
Before or after the game?
After the game. They're not going to send it to me before. He didn't have the heart to do that.
Yeah, no, before would have been a lot more.
It's
that
would've been
easy to do it
badass.
after the game. It's real easy.
Yeah,
to
That
do it.
would have been fucking
Yeah, like
badass.
that I would respect. After it's like, all right, well, you wouldn't have said anything if you lost. Like that's just it's
really
still
easy
kind
to
of
do.
funny that he did it, but it's not. I don't know.
MJ said it.
Yeah,
It's easy to
exactly.
talk crap when you're ahead.
Yeah.
Real man talk.
Yeah. That's a sign of a good man. If you can talk shit when it's even score, or talk shit when you're behind score.
Tonight,
Ahead, it's easy
I was
to talk.
talking. We were down, and I was talking.
Yeah, well, let's go into tonight too. We'll do a full recap of like social media after your first loss because it's kind of fun to go after that.
Yeah, we can read the comments. I think they're still there.
Yeah, I think we should read some. But also, what was you hit a 3 tonight, and you just first the second 3 you hit, and you just dropped your dick on the floor. Was that your celebration? You did the elephant dick?
I mean, Marty, if you've been watching my games, that is my 3-point celebration.
Everyone.
Everyone. It's BDE. You know what I'm saying? That's my brand. That's who I am. Go get your merch coming out soon on the Barstool store. It's my brand. I am BDE. BDE is me. When I make a 3, you're gonna know it. They're gonna know it. That's just how it goes.
Jordan, if you had to do that every time you hit a 3, your arm, you'd have Tommy John surgery.
My arm would have fell off. Especially all the 3s I hit over at Hunter. I would, yeah. Tommy John definitely.
Well, I mean, if you did that, you could count it on one hand, so don't worry about that.
What does that mean?
I think Jordan's a little still butthurt about the Richmond comment.
Jordan, how many 3-pointers against Michigan do you think you've had in your career?
I said 20, 25, 30.
I mean, you've played like 30 games against us, so
No. Don't do that.
I know
Don't
that
do
pushes
that.
your buttons. I know you put.
Don't do
You've
that.
probably played like 11.
When you come back next year, I'm gonna be making the jokes.
I don't know that. I don't know what I'm doing.
Why would you not come back? Hunter Dixon coming back, 5th year, 4th. Wait, what year are you? Junior?
I mean, Michigan State fans think I'm going to be serving burgers after this year at McDonald's, so that's always an option.
I always hated that.
But they get good benefits.
Those are the ones that make flipping burgers. Are the one telling you you're gonna flip burgers.
Do you see my comments? Are you guys reading my comments?
No.
That's all my Dukes. You see my.
I've seen your comments. I've seen your yeah. I wonder who's gotten more like the meanest comments this weekend out of all you guys.
But the thing is, I tweet about I tweeted about how the fuck did chin straps ever be like a fashion thing, and someone just like you gotta read like go fuck yourself. You got a girlfriend at work? Go fuck yourself. All right, well that's just a chin strap for you, but all right.
Can we read some Hunter Dickinson tweets and comments?
Oh, I'd love to do that.
I mean, somebody said, somebody did hit. Somebody DM'd me, got 400 on this Make It Happen, and it was Frankie Collins under 15.5 points.
Damn. First, this is not nice because I don't like reading mean comments. But, I mean, the first comment from this guy, Hunter Dickinson has to be the biggest tool in college basketball. It got too many likes for my liking. They got too much for a guy who's a nobody.
No, that's from that's from a Michigan State fan. So that's hitting the right demo.
Okay.
Also, talk about the worst fan base of all time. Michigan State, bunch of crybaby losers.
Illinois is worse. I think Illinois is the worst fan base.
Oh my gosh!
And they're a bandwagon.
Twitter
on
Twitter.
Came at me. Oh my god.
On Twitter, yeah.
Illinois are pretty brutal. I've grown to.
They didn't even like the fans Hunter, now didn't even like the program 2 years ago.
Facts.
Hunter, you were sick today?
Yeah, no, I am feeling pretty crappy right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Was that your flu game?
I tested negative for the flu and for COVID and for strep.
Well, you can
test. I want telling you.
I think I got sinus infection.
Ooh, get that Z-Pack.
I have the Z-Pack. Yeah, I got it today.
Nice.
Hold up.
There's just a lot of Hunter Dickinson tweets tonight.
Can we get some Dukes hate? Why does everyone love Dukes? Fucking pisses me off.
No, I get a bunch of hate. I just don't really entertain it.
I got a lot of Michigan. What happened? I got a lot of those.
Dude, you just set yourself up so bad for when you lose now. Someone's gonna clip that and just use it over and over again.
I
really don't care. Like you can.
No,
like,
that's just so funny.
I think. All right, boys. I think
was a great
no
call.
one's listening to this.
Yeah.
Let's just make Hunter into like Hunter. Who gives a fuck? Let's just be outspoken this shit. And gives a fuck what they have.
I know I said we were winning by 20, and like
say it again. Who you play next game?
You play Virginia soon.
No, we play Jackson State.
Ooh. I see you guys. You guys.
I mean,
so how much you guys gonna win by?
I mean, we do need a convincing win.
Yeah.
How much you guys gonna win by?
Just say it.
I promised somebody I wasn't gonna do it. I promise.
Do it.
It's Jackson State.
You're not gonna lose a Jackson. You're not gonna lose a Jackson.
I don't want to do it so bad. Oh my god!
Please, just do it, Hunter. Who gives a fuck? You only live the. People say, what do they do? Say YOLO.
Can I just predict a win? Can I do that? Like
no.
How much? Win by 20.
We're not.
Everybody's gonna hate me. Oh my god! I can't. Let me get some momentum first.
It's Jackson State. You just had 25 and 14 today. Like
you're not playing Dion.
Yeah, it's like we're not asking you to do this against Virginia, who's like we'll get to is fucking really good right now.
They are good.
It's Jackson State.
Dude, you got a tough couple of games coming up.
We do. Really do.
That's the thing.
15 points. Like
18, 19, 20 and a half over.
This is our segment presented by Barstool Sports. What can Hunter Dickinson do to go viral every episode?
I'm gonna say 3 blocks. Points. I'm gonna set the bar low for myself this game. 14.
Wow.
Rebounds 8. 3 blocks. Wait, this comes out. This comes out on Monday. I was trying to do the math in my head. Oh, God, this is bad. No, I'm not falling into this trap. If I win.
Well, you already did it.
Look, okay.
Let's predict the score now.
I'll make a bet.
Okay.
We beat Kentucky in London. When we play Minnesota, I'll give a score prediction.
Kentucky in London? When is that?
Wait, you play in London?
Minnesota's the next game.
December 4th.
December 4th?
That's like 10 days away.
If you beat
Kentucky,
Virginia, you gotta predict the Kentucky one.
That would be a really big bet.
Because I'm gonna tell you something. If you don't say something about this podcast on Virginia's game or Kentucky's, we got nothing.
What about this?
If I have a backfire similar to Arizona in the Kentucky game, it's going to be like even worse somehow.
Well, because
it can't be much worse.
Oh no! Oh, it probably can.
I don't think it can get much worse.
No.
That was the worst.
It was the
worst.
You're lucky, like football's still going on. Like it wasn't.
There was like
wasn't like it's beginning of college basketball. No one cares that much yet.
I'm still going to look at. And then I tweeted out just beat Ohio State after the win.
Oh God! You just said just beat Ohio. Oh my! God.
I was going to do just beat Ohio and then like parentheses State, but I said Ohio State just because I knew like there was going to be comments under it still about the Arizona game, just to let the trolls keep going, man. Just like give them an outlet, honestly, because I went kind of radio silent after that.
All right, but yeah, would you get in trouble if you tweeted about that? Like, did anyone say anything on your team? Like, do they care?
Yeah, somebody was like, "Yo, like, you can't be making predictions," and I was like,
"Teammate?
Yeah, you're right, huh?
Teammate or coach?
Teammate. I don't think any of my coaches watch. Teammates watch. My teammates watch."
Yeah, be the captain. You're showing out for your team. Like you're talking.
I mean, I did have confidence in my team.
Yeah, you had
No,
I don't
absolutely.
think what you said, honestly, like I don't think what you said is bad. If you didn't have the mentality that you were going to beat the team by 20 every single game, I think that'd be a little weird.
Yeah,
if you're like,
what
we're
do
going
you
to win,
say?
if you're like, I think we're going to win by 3 and your teammates are watching, they'd be like, dude, what the fuck? You
Yeah,
think we're
what
gonna
would you
beat-"
rather? And like, you can't. Don't let them. You didn't do anything actually wrong. You just
I
fucking
Yeah.
suck.
love how you guys are trying to bait me into this one.
No, but I'm actually.
I love it.
No, I'm actually serious, but I know what you. I
I'm
knew you were
being
gonna think I was
serious
baiting
too.
you.
Like you're not doing anything wrong. Like I would
Dude, like
understand.
you should think you're beating Kentucky by 20, right?
Yeah, like I thought we were going to beat Ohio by 20.
Yeah,
That
Yeah.
didn't
you should be
happen.
worried more about winning the fucking game than with your predictions. That's what I'll say to him. But honestly, on a serious note, what's going on? Like you went to Ohio, you beat Ohio at home in overtime, which was a crazy to go into overtime. But what do you think is going on? Because you did put your dick down today. Like you fucking 25-14 killed it, which it seems like you need to do for your team to win right now. But what do you think is like? What's the locker room like? Like what after that Arizona State? Like what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like I know this is going to sound like kind of douchey, but I feel like I really didn't play that good out there. Like I feel like there was still a lot of room for improvement for me. Like I feel like I missed a lot of easy ones out there. And I was kind of mad at myself after the game. Like I know I put up the stats, but I was pretty mad with how I played. Um, I mean, I think one thing that I kind of thought about after the game was like, yeah, we do have 4 new starters, and 2 of them are like brand new. 2 of them have been in the system, but 2 of them are brand new. And like college basketball is hard. Like it's hard, Division I basketball, and trying to like get assimilated into a system and stuff like that. I think it's just we're not a finished product yet, like by any means. I think our best basketball is ahead of us. I think once we get, I think guys are struggling a little bit from 3. I think that's probably our biggest thing right now is struggling from 3, and that's affecting our defense. I think when guys aren't making shots, they're kind of hanging their head a little bit, and that's affecting us on the defensive end, which to start games off is why we're like facing deficits early on. And so I think, we just got to try to have that next play mentality, of us coming out there. If we miss a shot, being like, screw it, like, let's get it back on defense. I think, a lot of guys are kind of hanging their head a little bit too much. And Coach alluded to that today in the locker room. He's like, yo, like, don't look at me if we missed a shot. Like, if you miss a shot, don't look at me, because it's like that's when you lose confidence in yourself. Like, that's what you're saying, basically. And I agree. I mean, like, if you're going to, like, he puts so much confidence into us. Like, yo, like, as long as you're taking, like, a somewhat decent shot, he's never going to get mad at you, especially if you're guarding. If you're not guarding, then he's going to be mad at you, because it's like, you're taking these iffy shots and you're not guarding. But I mean, he's a really good coach, with that, with instilling confidence.
When you guys lost, like what did he like? Did he come in hot after?
No. He does a really good job of that. Like when we lose,
you a fucking new asshole. I would have went off.
But it's
I feel like Fran goes off. No, Jordan.
He picks in spots. I'm sure I know exactly what Hunter's saying. Like if we were to get killed by 30, he would be like, we need to figure this shit out instead of screaming at everyone.
Yeah, because then you're just kind of like, putting salt on the wound, because it's like the guys know we just got blown out, and it's like obviously there's something wrong, and it's like, I mean, I think the game was lost where it's like 11 for 19 versus 3 for 19. That's pretty much where you lost the game at. Like, you gave up 11 threes, which our goal is 6, and we made only 3 out of 19. Like, you're never going to win the game when it's like that. So I think that was probably like the biggest thing, is just like they were hitting shots, we weren't. I was watching the film, like, yeah, like we need to do a better job off the ball, but like some of the shots they were hitting were kind of just tough shots. Like that Horn kid played his butt off. He was hitting some shots. Him and Cambridge they were hitting shots. Like, and that's like Jordan knows, like in Division I, like if a team is just on and you're like playing, like if you don't play your A game when somebody else is playing their A game, that's what happens. Like it's a 20-point win. Like that's how good these guys are nowadays. Like if they bring their A game and you have like your C game or D game, that's when like these 20, 30-point blowouts happen.
To wrap up Michigan talk, did your you think your team's like assholes were clenched when Ohio was getting close because they were like, oh my God, this is happening again and this is bad? Because let me tell you, from outside looking in, it looks like the Michigan basketball is in disarray. It looks like you guys can't figure out your identity right now. Yeah, we're not sugarcoating on this fucking show.
Yeah, no, that's fair to say. Like, obviously, like, if I wasn't on the team, like, if I was in your shoes, like, yeah, like, Michigan just lost by 25, and then we beat Ohio, which was supposed to be our get-right game, by, like, 4. And it's like, yeah, what's going on here? I will say, I do believe Ohio is going to be really good this year. Their 3 guards, really good.
What was that, Wilson? What was that?
I'm
not saying anything.
Look, they're in the MAC, right?
I think the MAC's a good conference.
They're going to be a top 3 in the MAC.
They'll be middle of the pack in the MAC.
Quote that.
They'll be 4 or 5. They'll be like 4 or 6 in the MAC.
No,
they're not.
I think they'll finish probably.
Toledo is going to be up there.
Toledo is really good. Kent State is really good. Like those are the 2 best MAC teams. But I agree with you. I don't think Ohio is.
I'm not saying Ohio's a bad team. I'm just saying
be top 3 bucket. Yeah, but obviously,
Michigan.
A team like Michigan's caliber, we need to be winning more. They shouldn't be taking us to overtime. I agree.
Yeah,
I think it shouldn't be close. It should be over 14 points.
You don't want to peak in November though. You'd rather get it right in March.
You can't win a championship in November.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
Gonzaga would have 20.
Feast week.
Yeah, Feast week is the best week. But all right, that's
you can't win a championship in November. You want to play your best basketball end of February, going into March.
That's Michigan. That's Hunter talking that he's going to win by 20, lost by 30. Not good
25,
for our guy.
25.
Wait, you're going to win by 25?
25 against Kentucky.
No.
He's going to have 25 and 25 against Oscar.
I'm just going to let's leave it at this, Jordan. I'm a little upset he's not going to say to Jackson State.
I know. Like, this is going to be a problem. This is why I think Michigan basketball is in disarray, too, because he won't even predict a Jackson State team.
All right, Hunter, I'll say a number and you say stop when you think that's the number you guys are going to beat them by.
Yeah, that's
20,
a good one.
22, 23, 24, 25.
Slow down. Start from 18.
No, I think we need to start like 2 or something. Have you seen them play? 2, 3.
Let's start at 8. Ready?
Dude, they're playing
8, 10, 13, 15, 17, 19.
Honestly, bro, at this point, if we just win convincingly, I'll be so happy. Like,
yeah,
we just need a convincing win, bro. We just need people to be like, okay, this is boom, statement win. That's what we need.
Hunter, will you win by double digits?
I'm worried about the program, Marty. I'm really worried about the program. I'm fucking worried.
I want my guys, Jordan. I want my guys putting it on the line, saying we're 3-1. We haven't looked good. We're going to show you out right now.
Yeah, I don't want a cheesy fucking answer. I want we're going to win by over 20, 25 because we're fucking better.
But it's like
dog shit program.
What is Hunter looking at?
Looking at a manager right now. He's telling me I better not.
Listen, I love the managers.
Let's bring them on here.
Yeah, bring them on.
Kirk, get in here.
Kirk?
What's his name?
What's up?
What's your name?
It's Kurt.
Kurt or Kirk?
Kurt with T at the end.
Kurt, let me ask you something. Michigan is one of the biggest programs in basketball, right?
That's correct.
An amazing. I love the program. I love Michigan. Love Hunter Dickinson. You play Jackson State, you're gonna win, right?
Yes. Yeah.
The manager said
we're gonna win.
I said that. I said we're gonna win.
By more than 20, Kurt?
I'm not gonna give out a score. This is where he's gonna get himself in trouble. I was telling him not to because you guys doing a good job. I'm listening. You're doing a good job dancing around things and then trying to bring him back in to get a score. And yeah,
I'm just saying. Kurt, thank you very much. I appreciate you.
Yes. Have a good one, gentlemen.
It's got all-
We're gonna win by double digits. Fuck it.
Attaboy!
Damn it! I always fold with peer pressure. All right, yeah.
This
if we
podcast
got
is going to be the fucking
Twitter,
best.
yeah,
It's going to be the best.
to the person I said I wasn't going to do this anymore. If you watch this podcast, listen to this podcast, listen on YouTube, I'm sorry. I folded to the peer pressure. It won't happen again. It's my last
You
pick.
shouldn't have to be sorry. You know, it's
sorry.
It's Jackson State. You're going to win by double.
No, Jackson State, we're going to take you very seriously. We need to win this
Yeah,
game.
you are.
Fuck
Hunter
yeah.
Dickinson.
I just have confidence in my team. I have confidence. I believe they're a really good team, and we're going to show it on Wednesday.
Attaboy, let's go. Yeah, that felt good, right?
Felt really good.
You're gonna have to
That
go
felt
for.
good.
You're gonna have to go for 30.
No,
Maybe
we're gonna-
40.
we're gonna
Are
play
you gonna
great.
score
We're
40?
shoot the ball great. I'm speaking into existence.
Let's go. That felt good. Hunter Dickinson just said they're going to win by double digits against Jackson State. Bang.
My fucking nipples are hard over here. After
Yeah,
you
I'm
said that.
excited. This is what we need on the pod. I want you becoming addicted to predicting scores.
Like I don't regret it, but I wish I didn't say it.
Yeah, you don't regret it. Fuck it. It's
Don't
one
regret it.
game in
Because it's like,
November.
I don't
Who gives a
regret it,
shit?
'cause
In Brooklyn.
Whoever has a problem with it can't guard me. So
And you'll look back in 20 years and be like, yo, this is the funniest shit ever that I did.
That's what I'm saying. You're gonna look back like that. I had fun while I was one of the best players in college basketball, talking my shit on my podcast.
Yeah.
That's what you want to do. It's not gonna. Your basketball play is gonna further your career anyway. So have some fun with it.
Yeah. Shout out Jeff Goodman. I had one more prediction, I guess. I mean, yeah.
What did he say?
This is more.
What Jeff Goodman do?
Wait, what?
Well,
Where'd
because Jeff
that come
Goodman said
from?
this will be the last prediction from Hunter Dickinson.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is more of a conservative pick. This is basically what we're saying we're going to win.
We'll build you back up to the exact scores. You know,
Yep.
Basically, just we're going to win this game.
by double.
By double digits.
What type of win streak are you guys gonna go on after this?
Let's ease them in, all right, boys.
I'm joking.
One game at a time, dude.
Yeah, one game at a time.
All right, that was peer pressuring Hunter segment right there.
Champa, can we when we clip it, can we just like can we word it just like
Nope.
a little bit better?
Nope. We're not doing that.
Listen, we'll work on it. Well, you'll see us going nuts like this.
We don't want to waste the clip on Grambling State. I'm with Hunter in this.
Grambling State?
Jackson State.
Oh, Jackson State.
Dude, because we got to wake up over there.
Yeah,
Come on now.
it's a long day.
I really hope we win.
Yeah, bro.
Yes. Champa.
Oh my god, Champa!
That's perfect.
What do you do?
Look at Chad.
You're like Hunter Dickinson was forced to make another prediction.
All right, let's get into some of the games that happened. Let's go
Honestly,
to the biggest.
though, I think.
No, honestly, wait. But put that on YouTube as the cat or as the.
Oh my god!
That would get so many views.
Why did I do that? I'm so stupid. They're gonna make
You're
me
not
stop
stupid.
this podcast. They're gonna
You're
make me
not
stop.
stupid.
That's the podcast title for the.
They're gonna
episode.
make me stop doing this podcast.
No,
Please
don't.
They can't
We-
do that legally. It's not. What are they gonna do?
They're
Gonna shut you up? They're gonna muzzle you? You can't do that.
somebody's gonna make me stop doing this.
You're a grown ass fucking man.
No one's gonna make you stop. We're not doing anything bad. We're having fun. You're playing Jackson State.
We're taking Jackson State very seriously. If you play on Jackson State, coach on Jackson State, you know anybody plays on Jackson State, we're taking you very seriously. We know you're a good team. We're going to take you seriously. Just so happens, we think we're going to win.
All right. Well, yeah, you should. I think you should win every game. That's what I'm saying. You're not doing anything bad. You're just saying I want to win.
That is true. This is a very much more conservative pick.
Yes, you just want to win. All right. Let's get past. Don't worry. You're putting too much stress on yourself. One of the biggest games from this weekend was let's start Sunday because I got some I want to ask you both. Kentucky Gonzaga. Gonzaga lost to Texas. Got smoked by Texas. It was at Texas though, so I mean early on, whatever. Texas is really good, but they played Kentucky and beat them pretty handily. After the game, Shibwe just listen. So someone asked Oscar what Kentucky should look like offensively and why they can't score against quality competition, which is a good question. Sheway goes, most of the time we don't really run what coach is asking us to do. That's not a good. I feel like that's a problem to one set. You're worried about what you say. He's saying he doesn't listen to Coach Cal, to the media,
I don't know.
And honestly, so you guys, I don't understand this at all, obviously, but coach calls a play. I know he's not calling every single play, right? Like, you're listening to what your coach says, no?
Yeah, but I would be willing to bet 50% of the players on the court of Kentucky don't even know what play he even is calling. Because there's not a lot of – there's some very smart athletes that play basketball in college, but there's also a good majority that just have no fucking clue what's going on.
So how many plays, like, do you think a coach, like, calls during the game?
I think it depends on the school, honestly. Like, I know us, it's a lot higher than others.
Yeah,
probably Kentucky. I'd probably imagine Kentucky's on the lower end of plays. Like, it's more of like a, it's like,
I feel like Kentucky plays like an open gym. Like, they just
because they're not smart enough to run plays half the time.
I'm not saying that. I just think they always.
I'm saying it. I'm fucking saying it.
They usually have 5 5-stars or 4 or 5 stars and 1 4-star out there on the floor. You usually just want to get a pick and roll and kind of let them figure it out, usually, I would assume. I mean, I don't know Coach Cal. I don't know his system.
You guys are always you're listening to your coach.
Yeah, because I know if I don't run the play, I better make the shot, or somebody better make the shot if I'm not going to run the play.
Yeah, no, it's interesting to hear. Like, I am saying we don't listen to a coach. Like, it's not like it's fucking a random school. It's Coach Cal. Like, they're just not listening to a word this guy says, which just makes me believe more that he's a great recruiter, bad coach. Just a fact.
No, we had this argument. We're not doing that. We're not doing that one again.
We don't have to do it. Just saying that
we already talked about it. To bring all these athletes that are 5-star recruits to have a team that's even capable of playing together. That's a good coach alone.
But that's a lot of stress. But that's a point for me, though.
How's that a point for you?
The point for me, for him saying we don't listen to Coach Cal, is that's a point.
I think it's more on the player side than the coaching side.
I think a good coach gets team to listen, like Jawan.
I mean, there's some guys just don't buy in. They just don't want to be part of what coach says.
I think
coach can't do anything about that.
A lot of great high school players coming into college, one, don't usually run a lot of plays. It's usually like, we'll give you the ball and kind of just clear out a way and you do whatever. And 2, they really don't listen to their coach. Like, they haven't really been told. Like, they haven't really had good coaching usually. Like, usually these guys are able to walk on water because if you say something bad to them, they'll just leave your team and go to another team. Coach Cal, on the other hand, like, he can afford you to kind of leave technically because it's like, you leave, we got another, like, 4-star guy. Like, yeah, you might be a 5-star, but we got, like, a really high 4-star right behind you if you leave. So that's kind of like where this is, like, the first time they're really getting coached by, a strong, like a real coach. And so it's kind of hard for them. You kind of got to, like get broken into, real hard coaching.
They got fucking smoked by Gonzaga. Smoked.
They're not very good.
I think Kentucky is I would say overrated right now. Dukes, do you think so?
No, I'm not shocked that they dropped these first 2 games against like good competition.
But I'm saying overrated. My bad. When I say overrated, I mean it's a top 4 team.
They're not a title contender.
I mean, I don't think anyone's a title contender in November.
That's not true.
I don't think
I think Houston.
No, I think Houston.
Have you watched Houston?
Houston is looking
damn
good.
I took Houston to win it all before the season. I think Houston.
Okay, so what are we talking about?
I'm saying
wrong. You just. Do you think
you guys were title contenders last year? Iowa. Do you think Iowa was a national title contender last year?
We weren't even fucking Big Ten contenders at the beginning of the year.
Towards the end of the year, when you were going into the tournament, did you
believe
that
Iowa more contenders?
But obviously, more teams towards the end of the season are going to get. You'll know who.
That's why I think Kentucky will be. I think Kentucky will be a top 5 team by the end of the season.
I don't agree. I don't think they will.
I don't think they will either. I think that they just try and run through Sheboy.
I'll tell you who sucks, who I think is a cancer to the team, and probably will see his minutes decrease a lot, is Severe Wheeler. I think he's like a cancer to that team.
I mean, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
He had 7 points today. And he only had 17 minutes played.
Who's playing over him? Are they putting that?
Case and Wallace. He is so fucking good. And then you got CJ Frederick from Iowa.
CJ didn't shoot the ball well.
But Reeves
he needs to. I think that Reeves is obviously a big Kentucky fan. I agree with him with this. Reeves and CJ Frederick are the two best shooters on the team. Like surrounding them with Oscar, playing them together, and then get like with Toppin on the floor. I think Kentucky has the tools. I think they have the goods to be.
I think the X factor is Frederick. Like Frederick sucked tonight. He was horrible, and I
also think Gonzaga was just good.
Why did he leave, you guys, Jordan?
Ooh. I don't know. I think he wanted to go home.
He needed a change of scenery.
I think he needed a change of scenery, and he wanted to go closer to home.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, like, you know, if you have the chance to transfer to Kentucky, I mean, who wouldn't? I mean, like, if like
Hunter Dickinson
transfers to Kentucky.
Yeah.
No, like I'm very happy where I am. I don't see myself.
But it could be better.
No. I mean, like, I honestly
you might not go to overtime with Ohio.
I'm honestly way too loyal to Juwan. Like,
what do you think about it?
No, I could never see myself leaving. Like, no.
So you think Gonzaga is just that good? I don't think they're fucking. I think that I don't know. Gonzaga isn't impressing me like a crazy amount. They're a good team. No,
I think just early on the season, man. Like teams are still trying to figure stuff out. Like nobody's complete right now, so you're seeing all these lopsided games.
I just think they run too heavily into Timmy, and it cost them last year. I think it's going to cost them again that they rely too much on Timmy. When he does not go, Gonzaga is not a factor.
I think Gonzaga reminded like everyone that they're Gonzaga tonight. Like everyone wrote them off. Oh, look at them get blown out when they play Texas last.
But what does that mean though? That they're Gonzaga?
Yeah, that they like people tried to just say like it was over.
That they're champions. Like what?
They're still probably the best offense in college basketball.
I don't think they're up. I think Iowa is.
I totally agree. I don't want to write it. I think that Iowa and Gonzaga.
Wait, so which one is it?
When you say something,
you can't have two different things. You gotta state.
Statistically, isn't Dane like the best something in the country?
No, they got no stats behind that.
No, he'll find one.
Best fan base.
This man will find one.
Best fan base?
Yeah.
No.
We sell out. I mean, we sell out. We're top 25 for attendance.
7,000? What? How big is your arena?
Yeah.
15,000, 16,000.
No, it's not. Yeah,
yes, it is.
No way.
Dude, what else is there to do in freaking Dayton, Ohio?
That's why it's a professional basketball team. That's why like people fucking go nuts
no,
for it. It's crazy.
That's facts.
Like that's all they have. 13,400.
That's all they have.
My brother played at Loyola Marymount. He said Gonzaga is pretty crazy. The way
I've heard that.
They got nothing else too, bro.
Yeah, you got to think about these towns where there's nothing.
See, our football is too good. Like, there's too much.
Iowa doesn't have like it's too. They just care more about their crops than basketball. That's just a fact.
I don't think that's true.
Iowa's like the best like wrestling.
Hey, crops feed America, all right? You're gonna. We want to talk about Clip. I'm already hating on fucking farmers.
No, I love farmers.
Farmers feed America. Yeah. Do ya?
I love them. That's why
you're shitting on them.
I'd rather if farmers start caring about basketball, we're fucked.
You like your food?
Yeah, I love it.
Then be more appreciative next time.
I'm appreciative. I'm just saying they can't make the games.
Watch your fucking tone. Watch your fucking tone towards Iowa.
Last thing I have on Iowa.
I love the people of Iowa.
This bet you better take this one easy.
Pat McCaffrey just needs to clean up his neck when he's going to play a game. That man's got he's got to clean up. He's got to box up the neck. I saw him against Seton Hall. I was like, this man's neck is connecting to his back. He's got to clean it up.
One girl DM'd me saying, "I've never seen a man with more hairy shoulders." I'm like, "There's a man's shoulder right there."
You are so white.
Yeah.
No, it's just the lighting, bro. It's the lighting.
Sun.
It's the lighting. It's the lighting. It's bad lighting.
There was another game I want to talk about. Xavier, Indiana. I'm not sold on Indiana. I'm not sold on them. Xavier, first of all, what?
What do you mean you're not sold on Indiana? They just won at Xavier. What the fuck?
I'm not sold on them being a national contender.
That's
not.
To win at Xavier, a team that's historically always really good. That's a bold statement just to say that.
And they play into Indiana's strengths probably best with their front courts.
Yeah, because don't they have two big men?
Yeah, Fremantle, Nunge.
Oh, you're saying they matched up
last year. Like I feel like he had like a really good sophomore year, and then his junior year, like I didn't really hear much from him. What happened?
They were just they were just shit last year. They had to fire their coach. They had to fire Travis Steele. They were like really disappointing last year. So
who's their coach now?
Sean Miller, the old Arizona coach. So he got back from sanctions.
Oh,
he
used
to coach at Xavier before he got the big time job. So
they're trying to take Yusuf from us. They're trying to take Yusuf.
I just think that I don't understand how anyone in the world lets Trace Jackson Davis go left. I would just
that's what I'm saying. And Hunter Dickinson go left. Blows my mind.
I was watching that game, just like I just don't understand how you can let him go to his dominant hand every time. They just let him do it every
non-conference games.
It's crazy. It's like, dude,
it's a Power 5 team though, Power 6 team. Like,
it doesn't make any sense. Do you think the Big East is going to be good this year?
Yeah,
I think think they are. I think they're going to be like with obviously Creighton. I think Seton Hall is going to be good. I think that UConn's obviously going to be good.
Yeah, I like UConn.
I think Seton Hall will be a bubble team.
Nova.
They need Justin Moore back.
Yeah, but once he gets back, like I think
he gets back, Cam Whitmore hasn't played yet, right? Either.
No, not from what I've seen.
Yeah, they need a.
All right, want to just rank the top three in the Big? Want to rank the top three in the Big East? All of us.
Yeah.
Sure.
You get all the teams up in my face. So.
I mean, I got Creighton for sure one. I think Xavier works their way up into the top three. I really do. I don't know. 2 and 3 are tough though.
I'm going Creighton, UConn, Xavier.
I'm going. I think I'm going to contradict the hell out of myself already because I think I said Seton Hall was going to win it, but I think Creighton, UConn, and I like Providence. I love Cooley, man. Not just because he's coming on.
You can put that.
I think Providence is going to get a lot better, but I see them finishing like 4 or 5. I think I'm going to go UConn, Nova, St. John's.
Yeah, I think St. John's is good.
You don't have to
Nova when all their pieces are back. It's so hard now.
Like, that's the thing. Nova's not full yet. Like,
that's
once they get back, I think they'll be.
This is a morally obligated thing. Hunter, close your ears. But like, if I can ever get Nova plus money to go to the tournament, like to win the Big East, like if they're underdogs and you're counting them out, I don't really believe in Creighton that much. I kind of look at them in like the UNC TCU factor, one of those teams that got hyped up before the year that I don't think is really going to be that good.
Yeah, I mean, it's just going to be how far their offense can carry them. McDermott's always been a really good offensive coach.
For sure. I think UConn's really good. And I just think St. John's is just like going to somehow squeeze their way into the top 3.
Yeah.
I really think
I do like St. John's.
Their backcourt's dirty.
Did you do yours, Jordan?
I'm going Creighton, Villanova, Xavier.
All right. Next couple games, we got to talk about first of all, Virginia is on a tear. They're scoring more than 60 points. They scored 90 points the other night. They are actually not the most boring fucking team to watch, and just we have to respect them because they're good at their defense. But I think Virginia put a big statement on beating Baylor and Illinois, and then also UCLA took 2 losses right there too in that Vegas tournament. So a lot happened there. what's your guys' thoughts on the Vegas tournament? Because I think Illinois is one of the best teams in the country. I tweeted that. I do. I think Illinois is one of the best teams in the country.
Yeah.
What are you snarling at?
I didn't snarl. I'm just.
It pains me to say it, but yeah, man, they are pretty good. Terrence Shannon.
They're definitely really good. They're not one of the best teams in the country.
I can't watch Terrence Shannon play, man. It hurts me too much.
He's good, bro.
Like he's a good friend of mine, and so like I want to watch, but it hurts me too much to watch.
You're gonna have to have him on before you guys play.
Oh yeah, that's easy. We can definitely get him on. That's easy. But it just hurts so much watching them like
be so good.
Like
why don't you think they're one of the best teams?
Illinois?
Yeah.
I think they're very inconsistent. Like to go from I thought UCLA game.
This could have been it. This could have been it. This graphic
pull it up
ready.
so fast.
This graphic was ready.
He fucking made it probably.
And just if anybody's watching, it's like that's
it was from Terrence Shannon. That's what could have been.
I mean, you guys do need a shooter.
It hurts so bad. It hurts. It really does hurt.
Yeah, you guys needed a shooter tonight too. He would have been very helpful.
I don't want to talk about it anymore. Can we? Yeah, Virginia's very good. Virginia is very good. It's going to be a really good test. I'm glad that we play them because it's going to be a very good test for us going in. I'm glad they're coming here instead of us going there, even though that would be kind of like a homecoming for me, but glad they're coming here.
The real question is what do we think about UCLA?
I didn't like him even beforehand the season.
I didn't like him beforehand either. And I think they were overhyped, and I think they just got – I mean, they've lost to two good teams. It's not like they're bad, obviously. It's just – I don't know. I just don't think UCLA is like a top – what were they, ranked 8th?
Yeah.
I don't know how Kenneth Nwamba is still playing college basketball. I mean, he's only 23, but I swear he was like a senior when I was a freshman. Maybe I'm tripping, but I swear that guy was like
my favorite player ever is Flo Thamba.
That is
the greatest name, but he'll play 30 minutes and not shoot the ball. He didn't shoot the ball once against UCLA. 27 minutes, didn't shoot once. That's hard to do.
That is very hard to do. Like, you don't ever just get the urge, just like.
There's got to be one urge. She had 27 minutes, 0 shots, 6 rebounds.
I know Jordan would love to play with a big like that. Just like him.
I wish, yeah. That'd be.
But I just think that.
Beat him.
Baylor's for real, too. I mean, like, Keontae George, like, he scored 4 points against UCLA, and they still beat them. Like, that's when other players are stepping up and shit. Like, LJ Cryer's dirty. Flag. Like, they just got guys on that team that I think Baylor's a problem.
Yeah, I think Baylor's really good. Their defense isn't as good as it usually is, which is a sign of that they're going to become like a very, very dangerous team. The one thing about UCLA, I think Jalen Clark's coming on really strong for them, especially from last year. But I think they use Hawquez and Tiger Campbell like way too much. Like the amount of shots that they took, I feel like in that Illinois game was crazy. I mean, I get they're 2 of your best players, but they got to spread the wealth a little bit and become one-dimensional.
I'll tell you a team I think Hunter, Maryland is going to be really fucking good.
That was my
They kicked the shit out of St. Louis. They kicked the shit out of Miami. Like, Dante Scott looks like a totally different player. Young coming in. He's playing really well to start the year off.
Amir Young. He's going to be fighting for all first team big time.
They just got so many athletes, dude. Like, they got rim protectors. They rebound the ball. They're playing defense this year. Like, I think they're going to be an underdog for running for a Big Ten title.
Miami's good, and they beat the shit out of them.
St. Louis is good. They beat them by 30.
Is really good too.
Yeah, but St. Louis, especially coming into the year, was supposed to be even better, but their defense sucks. Like, people just score unwilling them.
Yeah. They didn't have any scorers when they played.
The only problem I see with Maryland, you got a guy playing 33 minutes, 28, 34, 30, 27. There's only 5 guys really on that team.
That's not true.
I mean,
what stats are you looking up?
Looking at the minutes from last
Dante
game.
Scott 28 minutes, Julian Reese 25 minutes, Akeem Hart 26 minutes.
Yeah, but you got to imagine
Young,
in Big Ten play, those numbers are going to be even higher because it's like the bench is like.
Okay, so they got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 technically averaging 20 minutes, and then they got 2 guys that are in mid-teens. I mean, that's 8
but
guys.
those minutes are Jordan. You know those minutes are going to go down.
Yeah, but the 8 guys, like teams don't play over 9 guys.
I think they have 5 really good guys, and then after that, it's kind of sketchy.
Hunter, I'm not
the only one to say that. I've had people. I got a lot of sources in Maryland. I got a lot of people in Maryland. That's what
I forgot that struck a chord with you. Yeah.
They got 5 really good starters, and then after that, it gets a little sketchy.
Let me tell you, we don't have to peer pressure him into when they play Maryland. We do. He'll say all the things for that.
See, it's kind of harder now though because I like Willard, and I never had any beef with anybody on the team. So that was kind of made up. Like I never had any beef with anybody else but their head coach at the time.
Did you guys see that no one was even going to their games?
Yeah, bro. They used to have the best student section. I used to love going to their games. That joint used to be rocking. Like I remember, actually, I came to the game where they played Iowa. Garza and Fred McCaffrey got ejected. Remember that game?
That was my sophomore year, Lucas freshman year. Yeah,
that game was insane.
2014.
The game was insane.
No, yeah, Dukes.
That was right there.
Their student sections used to be insane. Now they're having trouble putting people in the seats.
Dude, I'm gonna say something. I think freshman year when we played them and that was Melo Tremble, that was like insane team. And we kicked the shit out of them home. What?
Did they have Bruno Fernando?
Yeah. Definitely.
No. They had
to have.
If it was 2016?
Yeah, it would have been then. Ever since then, I don't know. Maryland hasn't been a factor. I guess
They won the
Big Ten. I'm out of it. They won the Big Ten 2018, didn't they?
Didn't they share it?
Yeah,
it was a 3-way, right? It was a 3-way. Michigan State, Wisconsin, them, right?
You know who I thought was
that was 2020.
Unbelievable on that team.
Tournament got canceled.
Dude, you remember Diamond Stone?
Yeah.
Oh my! I used to play against him growing up, bro.
I thought he was gonna. I thought he was gonna be the best. What a name that is, too.
It is very good.
Dude, I thought Jalen Smith was the truth for them. I thought that 2020 year that they were going to go to the final.
He was pretty good for him.
Yeah, I thought him, Anthony Cowan. That's when they died. COVID killed them for a little bit.
Yeah. No, that honestly, I think COVID honestly
that killed
them. The biggest thing for Mark Turgeon. If he had that team, they had a really good shot at going far.
Yeah, for sure.
COVID, they didn't have that team, so
your freshman year, they had nobody. They were dog shit, and then Turgeon coached that team into a tournament team.
They were really playing bad. Game.
And then they made the tournament, and then everything last year he just quit 5 games in.
I'm still crazy that they parted ways. He was a good coach. I know he didn't recruit you, Hunter, but he was a good coach.
I agree. I was the biggest Mark Turgeon truther.
I mean, you look at his success.
They lost to LSU in the Sweet 16, I'm pretty sure, and the refs just missed a travel that.
I have no sympathy for Mark Turgeon.
That's fair. I just think he gets the short end of the stick.
I think he gave me the short end of the stick.
I don't know that story, but I'm on your side blindly.
Yeah, that was a pause.
I said pause. Give me 3 seconds. Yeah, no.
That's all. I don't know. College basketball feels weird right now, man. I feel like it's just a lot of not great basketballs happening. I think the ACC is probably the most top-heavy conference there is right now. I think there's 3 teams, and then it's Jesus Christ.
Top-heavy. I think you said
I gotta.
No, I didn't say
Marty, I got a theory. Let me spray this theory on you guys. I think the reason why college basketball is in such a frenzy right now, one, the free agency, better known as the transfer portal, is making it crazy because teams are essentially getting brand new teams every year. Like Illinois has a brand new team from last year. They have like Coleman Hawkins, and I think that's like pretty much it, who's returning. I think RJ Melendez too. Like those two are the only people. Like obviously, I'm probably gonna be wrong, but like that played any bit.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So free agency, and then also COVID years. Guys having the 6 year, like at mid majors and stuff like that, having 6 years of playing basketball, and like having senior, 6 year, senior, going against like these teams that are basically just made up, like over the summer, and still like don't even know like the rotations, is giving people some trouble. I think that's kind of what's leading to just so much frenzy and craziness right now in college basketball.
No,
Yeah,
I agree.
That's a good college basketball take. We like that on this podcast.
No, we like that was real college basketball knowledge. But yeah, it is like the transfer portal. It's brand new teams. No one knows how to fucking gel right now. But I was saying ACC very top heavy, three teams. Big Ten seems like it's the same shit every year. Oh, they're gonna be so good, and then I think they're deeper this year. Big 12,
I think they're deeper.
I think that Iowa's good. Illinois is really good. Michigan, we'll see, is good.
I think the champion's going to have at least 5 losses, maybe 6.
Oh, it's going to be a 13-7 year for a Big Ten title winner.
And I think Michigan can do that.
I think Ohio State is not I think they're pretty good. I don't know.
Very under the radar.
I think Big Ten gets 6 teams in the NCAA tournament.
Purdue is like a solid team.
Purdue, I think they're deep. I think
Maryland
this year, but it's just like we said that last year and the year before.
It's gonna be a bloodbath in the Big Ten, like it always is. But like it's gonna be a bloodbath. Like every win, you're gonna be like, "Yo, let's go."
Big 12, though, I always think is the best conference.
I think it's Big 12.
I think the Big 12 is always the best conference. Name
the top 5 in the Big 12.
Texas,
Baylor,
Kansas, which is like
Texas Tech, right?
Yeah, Texas Tech.
You know who I think is good?
I think West Virginia is
good,
man.
Dirty.
Yeah, they got Tucson from Iowa.
That is a good conference. You're right, but the bottom, I feel like it's.
I don't think so, because then you have the bottom is what? Like you got Oklahoma State, who I think is really good. Oklahoma, TCU, Iowa State.
But didn't they lose to?
Yeah, but again,
you're
just proving your point then wrong. Like you get people from over the summer. Like I think that Oklahoma State, they kind of have remember the Cade Cunningham year? How was all those freshmen that came in with Cade? All those guys are now juniors. They couldn't play in the NCAA tournament last year. I think that they're going to be revved up and probably make the tournament this year. The worst team in the Big 12 is probably Kansas State.
Yeah, and we didn't even mention TCU. And I know TCU.
Iowa State.
Iowa State will be pretty good.
Yeah, they're gonna get wins just playing tough defense, and just like by the end of the year, it's gonna be like, oh, they're a 9 seed.
Yeah, Iowa State. I feel like they got good fans too, Jordan.
They have one of the best basketball environments of any.
I feel like you would know out of anybody.
I mean, they chant "fuck Bohannon" the entire game because
that's awesome.
Insane.
You're doing something right, Jordan. You're doing something right.
Yeah.
What about the SEC?
Felt so good to lose by.
I think we need to get a fan base to really, really hate me.
Yeah,
it's pretty easy. There's some that are just waiting for me to.
Let's pick one right now. Who should we have? Illinois, Wisconsin.
Illinois already hates me. And it's kind of weird because it's like their whole team is gone. That really to be started with. So, that's kind of weird. Maryland, no.
I think it should be Indiana because you already talked shit about them.
It's easy, but it's I don't really hate anybody on their team. That's hard.
I think
you're gonna fight this year. The
only problem is I can't because then I can't get ejected. That's the problem.
No, you can't.
There's a joke.
That's what I'm saying. If I can't risk that.
What's the joke, Dukes?
That's why Juwan did it.
Oh yeah.
He was provoked.
Jordan, you ever think?
I think we get Indiana fan I can just keep going on Indiana fans. But I mean, like their student section's really good. Like, that's the problem.
But that's why you should go after them, and I want them to do like fuck Roundball, that we suck, fuck Dickinson, all of it.
Yeah.
Jordan, you know what would be awesome?
What?
Jawan Howard on
Jordan, maybe like we should.
I know, right? Jawan. Imagine Jawan like in the center of all of us right here.
Oh my god, that'd be the coolest thing in the world.
What would you say?
Having him on the podcast, that'd be so cool.
Probably it's gonna happen, don't worry. That's hard, man. That man is one of the busiest people I've ever seen in my life.
He's a college coach. I mean, we have.
But then he's also like the man of Ann Arbor, and then he's also
What the fuck does that mean? The man of Ann Arbor.
I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of people that want to talk to Jawan Howard. So it's just
you're his player. You're his star player.
I'm not saying I can't talk to him. I can always talk to him, but trying to get like a 30-minute block of his day.
Buy him out. Give him a little.
My Venmo's open. I can
jerk
give him
him off around the arena. Tell him to.
I'll have to like buy him dinner one time.
All right, that's the episode. We have Geno Auriemma coming on. He was fucking awesome, by the way. You left, Hunter, and he was still just talking to me. He was like, tell Dave and all them, they're all rich. They don't give a shit about us anymore. Like, just me and you, like guys like you. I was like, yeah, guys like me, like poor as fuck and just talking to you. And
really good guest.
He really good takes on NIL and coaching as well, which was.
I think he knows, like, he needs, like, I think NIL might even help him more because it's like.
He has the biggest person on his team who's getting all the NIL team, Paige Beckers.
Because it's like UConn knows, like, their women's team is amazing. So it's like they're going to put some fun to, like, a lot of other schools, like, even if they have good women's basketball teams, like, they don't really, like, embrace them like UConn does.
So we got an interview with Geno Auriemma. We got Coach Cooley coming up the next Thursday. We got Huggins coming. Hopefully Beard. We got a lot of big guests. So
a lot of people coming.
A lot of coming.
Ton of
coming. So tweet us out who you want on, whatever the fuck you guys want. Hunter should beat Jackson State by double digits.
I really can't believe I said that. Oh. I'm thinking about that now. That's so stupid.
Champa, that has to be the caption for you two. And
oh my God.
Real quick, our social guy Champa is getting surgery on his knee Tuesday or on his ACL or whatever, and he just tore his other one on Sunday. He just tore the other one.
How'd you do that?
I was like, bro, you just gotta give it up, dude.
Yeah, I originally tore my meniscus like a year ago. Had surgery on it like a month after. The surgery was like a complete bust, so I've just been like moving around on it for like 8 months, and I have surgery for it again on Tuesday. And in my basketball game on Saturday, my entire other knee just like blew up.
Ooh.
So what happened? Are you in a wheelchair then?
I don't know what to do. I texted my doctor, or I emailed my doctor, like what do I do? Like, because this one hurts more than the original one.
So I told you just to fucking stop. Give it up.
I'm going to.
This guy, let me tell you, he puts out a lot of TikToks now. He's got nothing else to do now. He's not able to walk.
That's crazy.
All right. Well, that's a show. Stick around for the interview with the legend, Coach Geno Auriemma from UConn. All right. Welcome back to Roundball. We have an interview with an absolute legend, Geno Auriemma, the coach of the women's basketball team at UConn, the best coach I think ever to coach basketball, in my opinion. But, Coach, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. Although, there's a ball-headed guy up at Ann Arbor that would probably disagree with that. But
you know what?
He's not bald all the way, Coach. He's not bald all the way.
That bald man, Phil Martelli, he came on our pod the other day quick, and he was talking about how he turned down a job and then that's when you got the job. Is that true?
Yeah, well, he used to run a basketball camp for girls, actually, and it was the biggest girls basketball camp in the country at the time. And Kathy Rush, the legendary coach at Immaculata, owned the camp, and she hired Phil to run it. So he got to know all the coaches in the country. You know, he got to know every single coach that came through there. And, you know, one of the coaches asked him if he would want to go down and be an assistant coach at the University of Virginia. And he said, he said no. But he told them, he said, you should talk to this guy. And that's why, they asked me. So I think Phil was trying to get rid of me. I don't think he was doing me any favors. So that's kind of how all that happened.
He's like, yeah, I don't need Geno anymore. Let's just get him out of here. He's like, you got paid like $12,000 or something for it. He's like, he can take it. Yeah.
I think the job was going to offer me $13,000 at the time. This is 1981, which is, I thought was pretty good because I think I was making $400 at high school. So I thought that was a pretty big jump.
Weren't you like coaching at high school and then at college, but like you had a separate job, like stocking shelves or something too? Yeah,
there was a lot going on at the time. I was still in school, just finishing up, and the guy asked me if I would help out, and that's kind of how I even got into coaching in the first place. But when I was working with Phil, I eventually got a job as a teacher and an athletic director at this really, really, really small school. And really the only reason why I did that was so that I could, that I could coach. But before that job came along, I did all kinds of things. Like I worked in a steel mill. I worked construction with a bunch of guys that were my father's friends, a bunch of Italian guys. One of my craziest jobs was actually working like 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. in the supermarket that a friend his father owned. And I was in there with a bunch of crazy guys, and you can imagine what they were doing at 11 o'clock at night, when all the boxes and, all the stuff has to be stocked on the shelves. And then I would go to class after that, get a little bit of sleep, and then we'd have practice or we'd have a game that night. So it was, I don't know. One time I was, when I was Phil's assistant, I was coaching the JV team as well. And I was so delirious. I don't know what we were playing that night. And I remember I'm arguing with a ref, and he looked at me and he goes, "Yo, dude, you really want to be doing this?" I said, "Why? What's your problem?" He goes, "You know where you are?" I said, "Yeah, I know where I am." He goes, "I don't think you do." I was standing at the free throw line.
You went all the way out to the free throw line?
I was standing at the free throw line, and he's looking at me. He goes, "You sure you want to be here?" I said, "Yeah, I want to be here." And I didn't realize where the hell I was,
You thought you were still stocking shelves at that point.
Yeah, I didn't know. I was gonna say I must have taken some of what those guys were doing. I don't know.
Coach, I got a question for you. So, everybody knows it's between you and Pat Summitt for 1A, 1B, wherever you want to rank them, women's college basketball coaches. How do you get the motivation each year to be because so many national championships, so many wins, how do you get the motivation each year to kind of, restart with a whole new, not a whole new team, because obviously women's basketball, they stay longer, but how do you just get that motivation to keep on going year after year with the success that you've had so far?
It's not always easy, it gets more and more difficult every year, as you can imagine, with all the changes that are taking place in how we have to go about our jobs, how we have to recruit, how we have to coach, what's going on with the transfer portal and all this crazy stuff that's going on. And it gets harder and harder because it's becoming less and less about basketball and more about all the other stuff that goes into, trying to keep your program going. But in the end, though, it always comes back to, one, I don't want to go back to stocking shelves. So that this job pays a lot better. But I think the winning anymore almost isn't even the point, because how much winning is enough? We won 11 national championships, and we've been to the Final Four 14 years in a row. I mean,
fucking crazy.
I say 14, and then you hit me with the row.
Yeah, these things are like ridiculously, improbable things to think about. So it's not even about the wins anymore. It's just like, if we go out and recruit, and I ask a kid like, what's your goal? Like, why you want to come? You want to come to Connecticut, and if the first thing the kid says is, well, what's the NIL deal? Then I don't recruit the kid anymore. I don't. So, but if a kid says, I want to win national championships, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to, be one of the best players in the country, I want to go do this and do that. So now that kid comes to school and you feel like, all right, well, if I want to keep getting these kinds of kids, then I got to start understanding, which I did about 5, 6, 7 years ago, that you have to win national championships so they can get what they want. Yeah. And then you can get the next kid because you go, hey, look, so when I tell kids, I asked a kid recently, I said, how old are you? And the kid says, 17. I said, all right. I said, the last time we weren't in the Final Four, you were 3.
Great pitch, Coach. That's a great pitch.
That's a great pitch.
So when you think about it, it's like, well, if I want to go to the Final Four, I probably have a pretty good chance if I go to Connecticut. So that's kind of become, because as I've said before, winning another national championship, you get up in the morning and say, I want to win another national championship. Yeah, it's great because of all the stuff that goes with that. But in retrospect, looking back, it's not going to change my life one iota. One more. What's the difference between 11 and 12?
Yeah, 11 and 12.
Really, there's no difference. Things aren't all of a sudden going to change. I'm not going to be making college football money.
It's like that's a good question because you're already the best. 14 straight Final Fours. Have you ever been offered since honestly you're probably the best franchise? If you think about it, obviously I'm not watching women's college basketball every night, but I know everything about you. I know everything about UConn. I watch you guys in the Final Four. I would love to come to a game. So I just invited myself to one.
Yeah. Anytime.
Have you ever been offered a job in men's college basketball, the NBA, or the WNBA, anything? What have you been offered other jobs after all the success?
Yeah. When the WNBA first started, 96, I guess it was. I had some conversations with the people in New York, and I wasn't crazy about spending the summer coaching basketball. I have a summer routine that I follow, and that's what I do. And I
love that.
And plus, I have I think I have a better situation than that. But as I got older, college men's opportunities came along, and when you get a little bit older, you start making decisions more about what's best for your family as opposed to always what's best for you. And when your kids are real little, meaning during grade school or whatever, you don't care. You just pack them up, throw them in the car, and let's go.
Yeah.
But as they get older, it becomes a little bit more of a challenge. So I came to the 11th hour, literally. like it was almost midnight, and I had to get back to this AD. And, you know, my daughter says to my wife, they were in the other room, and she said, you know, I'm just finishing up school. You know, Dad was going a lot when I was growing up, and now that I'm out of school and we get a chance to hang out and do stuff, you're going to like pack up and move halfway across the country. Like, how's that going to work? And, you know, you start thinking, like, what the hell? Like, you couldn't have said that, you know, 2 days ago when I was trying to figure this one out, as opposed to, you know, 11 o'clock when I'm getting ready to call the guy back and say, yeah, I'm in. So I've come really, really close. And then there was an NBA opportunity where when I got on the plane and left, I had taken the job pretty much.
Really?
Yeah. And then something happened, and I just, you know, I had to back out. And so, yeah, it's been really, really close at times. But as each year goes by, it gets less and less wanting to, you know, upend your life to do that.
Yeah.
I could never coach men's college basketball now in the world that you guys live in right now. You know,
the transfer portal and all that shit.
Now the whole money issue, and you know, they used to pay players under the table, and everybody knew who was doing it and who wasn't. Now everybody pays everybody, and everybody's okay with it. So what the hell? You know, maybe it's a lot better. I don't know.
This is why you call it how it is. You know.
I don't know.
You're not wrong.
No, I mean, it used to be like we got the kid Paige Beckers, right? She's the number one property. You know, she's probably the number one property in all of college sports. All right. She's got 2.2 million followers. So when people hire her to do stuff, to post stuff for her, she moves the needle a little bit, you know, so she gets paid a lot of money to do that. And that's the way it was supposed to be. You know, you get paid for what you bring to the table. Okay. Now, you know, as I read this stuff, it's like you go up to some dope playing AAU boys, you know, high school basketball in the summertime. That guy, he can't put two sentences together, whatever the case may be. And somebody's going to pay him just to come to school and then say, yeah, but you know what? You're going to do this, this, and this. It's really bullshit. He's not going to do anything except play basketball.
Yep.
You know, so, you know, just call it what it is. And then everybody can go on, you know, on living their life. But this idea that it's name, image, and likeness. No, it's not. It's, I got this much money, and if you want to come play for me, here it is.
Again, Geno calls it how it is, because that's what we, Hunter, haven't we said that, bro? Like, you're in it right now. Like, people aren't getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to post on Instagram that they're going for a car wash. Like, they're going to Gonzaga because they're getting paid to go there, and they don't. No one's buying more car wash soap because fucking one guy went there. Like, you're so right.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I would say about it is like you said, Coach, like it was already happening. So like, is it really like a big difference that it's just happening like in the open now? And then the other point I would make is like, colleges already had this money. Like, why not give a little bit to the players? I mean, I see your point where it's like, it's made recruiting so much harder and stuff like that for you. I can only imagine, but definitely for men's basketball, like that's like a pitch now. Like you said, like when you go up to a recruit and their first question is like, how much NIL money can I get? It's like, you know, like, do I even need to show you around the campus for real?
No, you don't. You don't have to show them. But I don't listen, Hunter. I'm all in for them getting paid. I'm all in for that. I think it's great. And I think they should get whatever they can get, whatever someone's willing to give them. I think that's great. What I don't like about it is that there's no like, for instance, when you go to the NBA, you're going to get paid and you're going to have to perform.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And if you don't perform the way they want you to, they're going to trade you, or they're going to stop paying you what they're paying you, and that's it.
Yep.
Well, if you go to college and you get paid and you suck, you're still going to get paid.
Yep.
And then here's the worst part. If you decide, I don't like it here anymore, and you leave, you took all their money, didn't give anything back, and you get to go to a different school for nothing. And then you're going to take their money. And then you just keep like, now that you can transfer anytime you want and do whatever you want. So I'm all for everybody making as much money as they can. But there's got to be some, okay, what's the give back? Like, what am I going to give back from you?
For sure.
And what commitment? You know, they say, well, coaches can leave anytime they want. No, they can't. I got like a $5 million buyout. So let's say I'm recruiting a kid. Let's say a kid's playing for me. You know, let's say you're an undergrad and you get paid X to go to Michigan. And then you go, hey, look, I'm out of here. I'm going to UCLA. Well, you should have to do something like, how can you just leave, pick up and leave like that?
For sure. That's a good point. I mean, I think the thing the NCAA can get away with, they still call it amateur sports. So, which, I mean, when you're a multi-billion-dollar business, is it really?
Right. The only amateurs in this sport are the NCAA.
Coach, I got to go catch a bus.
Wait, Hunter. Wait 1 sec. Real quick before he goes, what? Any advice for Hunter if he?
My director.
All right, go.
All right, thank you.
All right, man.
Hunter said on the last podcast they were going to win by 20. And
who are they playing?
They played Arizona State last night, and they lost by 30. How does he come back from that?
Who lost by 30?
Michigan lost by 30 last night.
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding. They lost by 30 to Arizona State, and he went on. I was like, come on, give me a prediction, man. Give me a prediction what you're going to do. And he's like, I'm going to score 18. We're going to win by 20. They lost by 30 last night.
At Arizona?
No, it was in Brooklyn. It was like one of those tournaments.
Oh. God damn, boy, were they out the night before in New York? What the hell is going on?
That's what I said. I was like 30 points. Arizona State had a real shitty loss this year too. Like they're not the best.
Wow. Doc, I would have never thought that.
And everyone on Twitter was like, oh, and he said like one of the players sent him a DM being like, oh, you said this on your podcast, and then like
really?
Yep.
Damn.
I'll get you two more questions and get you out of here. But I really appreciate you coming on because you really are. And I like how I like you even more now, to be honest, because like I think it is kind of bullshit when the coaches will be like, oh yeah, all I want is national championships. Like 11 and 12 really isn't. What's that going to do different? Everyone knows you're the best coach already. You know, right. Everyone knows what you did. But so what's the difference for you guys this year now that Paige is hurt, right?
Right.
So has that been a little difficult to?
Well, yeah. Here's the problem. Not a problem, but here's the good thing and the bad thing. Like Paige is out for the year, right? So we also have a bunch of pretty good players, obviously, left over, and you would think that. Well, the expectations are obviously a little bit lower. Not really, because we're still, we're Connecticut and we're expected to be, like you think in Ann Arbor or, in Michigan land, you think they give a damn, let's say if the returning quarterback ain't playing that year and it's okay for them to go 6-6. Hell no. It doesn't matter. If they get 11 guys to show up on offense and 11 guys to show up on defense, they're expected to play in the Final Four, right? I mean, that's the bottom line. That's what Michigan football is. So we played Texas the other night. They're number 3 in the country. We're number 6, supposedly. And we're up 17 at one point, and we don't have 2 kids that were probably going to play Paige, and then another kid that was probably going to play 25 minutes. She's out. And everybody thinks, see, it's no big deal. They're still going to go to the Final Four. And so the expectations here are off the charts crazy. But it's better than people expecting nothing from you.
100%.
So it's going to be a lot harder. Who knows? You don't probably have a lot of bad losses. I don't think we'll have any 30-point losses to unranked teams, though. We're not going to have that crap. I can't. No wonder Martelli didn't answer my text this morning. I can't wait to grab him.
Exactly. He's probably like, oh, I can't talk to him today. He's going to give me some shit today.
Well, I'll tell you what, if I was Juwan, I wouldn't let anybody talk to anybody for about a week.
The problem is Hunter's on this podcast, so it's like, and I told him before, I'm like, hey, if you lose, because the other night they won, and he scored like 25 points or 31 points, like he killed it, and he came on here is like talking shit. He's like, oh, we're fucking good, we're so good, and then yes, I was like, you're gonna have to come on again and talk about how shitty you were as well.
Oh,
it's unreal though.
That is.
But
where's he going to? What are they saying? Where's he going to go in the draft? Like, what's his projection?
I don't think I have seen it yet, but I think it's more they're kind of there. I saw some reports of like that late first round.
Oh.
Because he's developing like the 3-point shot. Because in the NBA now it's like, if you can't shoot, you're useless now.
That's it. If you can't shoot, you can't play.
Yeah, and you got 7-footers going out there now and hitting threes. So he's been working on that, but I don't know. Yeah. He's obviously one of the best players in college basketball.
For sure. I love watching him play. I mean, because he knows how to play, and like a lot of what I watch in college too is a lot of these kids coming out of high school, and it's not their fault. They play so much. They play so many games. They're constantly playing. But I don't know that they get coached enough in how to play the game. How to think the game, and the kind of fundamentals that you have to become better and better and better. And I think he's like a throwback to back in the day when guys just worked on their game all the time and learned how to play the game mentally and physically. So he's fun to watch. I mean, he's really, the kind of guy that coaches would love and kids can look up to.
Yeah, like I honestly do think a lot of people, they want the Instagram highlight. They want who's going to have the most followers. Like I feel like it's probably a lot harder to coach now than it has ever been, because that's all they care. Be honest, any kid cares about social media. That's just a fact.
It's nuts.
And then you just hope to find that one guy who just wants to win, doesn't care. Like, you can care about it, but you could still work hard,
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, look, the NBA guys, it's all about getting paid. But it's at some point, what you see now, you see all these guys leaving to go play with other really good players because they finally figured out it doesn't matter how much money you have. It's all about winning. It's all about, are you playing for a championship or are you just playing? Yeah. So, eventually guys realize all the fame and all the money and all the, Instagram and all the followers, it doesn't match one NBA title or one NCAA championship. It's
100%.
It's become a realization for a lot of players.
Last question has nothing to do with basketball.
All right.
I'm from New York. People talk a lot of shit about Connecticut. What do you have to say? Oh yeah, they talk a lot of shit about Connecticut, saying that it's one of the worst states. I don't believe it.
Worst state in terms of what?
To be honest, all they have is UConn.
Well, what's funny? When it comes to basketball, New York don't even have that. They'd be happy if they had us. The Knicks suck. The Knicks suck. The Nets suck. Thank God the Giants now are really, really good. Who, by the way, that's what happens when you get a hell of a coach comes in. That guy's unbelievable, right? He's done an unbelievable job.
It's amazing what you can do with someone that actually wants to coach and is a good coach.
Yeah. So, I'm from Philly, right? So everybody in Philly hates everybody in New York because probably New York is everything that Philly wishes it was, and Boston, they're the most miserable people because they ain't Philly and they ain't New York, so they're neither, right? So New Yorkers, I think, always have this really high opinion of themselves and a low opinion of everybody else. Right?
I'm not. You.
But here's the funny part. Every guy that's worth the shit that makes a lot of money working in New York lives in Connecticut. That's all you need to know.
That's so true. Because they don't want to live in New York at all.
You know, like I got kids here from all over the world, right? They go to New York. You know, I got 5 of our when we started our starting lineup the other night, were from 5 different countries. Right? It's crazy.
Wow.
They go to New York and they ride the subway. They go, Coach, this place is a shithole compared to what I have at home.
But we all make sure, we all say it's, oh, New York's the best. It's
and you know what? There are things about New York that are the best.
Yeah.
That the best city in the world and all that other stuff. And that's absolutely true in a lot of areas. But there's a lot of areas where they're the worst.
Yeah.
But that's probably natural. Like when you're the best at some things, there's probably another side of that. And New York, definitely that. They've got the best of everything in the world for sure. And they also have the worst.
100%. Because I'm from New York. I work in New York, and I moved to Jersey because I was like, I kind of want to get out. I kind of want to get out to not be here all the time.
Well, here's the other part. My assistant's from New Jersey, right? She's from New Brunswick. And here's the thing. And, you know, Phil, like we go down in South Jersey to the shore. So here's the thing about Jersey, which cracks me up. You just said, like, you live in North Jersey, probably. So North Jersey is just an extension of New York.
Yeah.
North Jersey doesn't exist of its own. It's part of New York. South Jersey is part of Philly. So the real New Jersey people, they got like a strip, like, you know, down Route 9 or something, whatever the hell that road is that goes from, you know, New Brunswick straight across. And other than Springsteen, they ain't got shit that's all their own. You know, they either borrowed New York or they borrowed Philly. But other than Bruce, they got nothing.
Hey, I think isn't Shaq might be from Newark, right?
You know what? He might be. I don't. Well, he was a military guy, so he lived all over.
Yeah, he was all over
the world. But yeah, other than Bruce and the best beaches in the country, they ain't got shit.
That's all they talk about is fucking Bruce.
Hey, it's a lot to talk about, man. If you've ever seen him in concert, obviously,
it is.
You know, he's the guy.
Last question, favorite, because our Dave Portnoy, my boss who started Barstool, all he does is pizza, and he says that New Haven has the best pizza.
New Haven has really, really good pizza, and you know what's funny? It's the same kind of pizza you get in pretty much the best Italian places in Philly, in New York, but they've carved out a reputation for themselves in the different ways that they make their pizza. But it's all the Southern Italian thin crust, you know, Napolitan kind of pizzas that everybody loves, that are the best. Like if you go to Italy and you go down, you know, in the Naples area and you eat pizza, you know, you could eat a whole pizza by yourself and not feel full because it's so thin and so, you know, so fresh. But yeah, New Haven probably.
What's your favorite one there?
I don't go down there that much, but one of the famous places down here, Pepe's Pizza of New Haven, they've opened the place in Manchester here where I live in Connecticut, and that's pretty much been our go-to all along.
All right, well, Coach, that was an unbelievable interview. I really appreciate it. I'm coming down for a
come down, man.
Game. I'm gonna come down for a game. I gotta see, because let me tell you, when talking to you, it's like I could sit here for 2 more hours. Like you take every question in depth, and I fucking love it. Tell your boys at Barstool, you know, like they used to be like regular guys, you know, like me and you, just sitting here talk. Now that they're rich and famous, they ain't got time for guys like me, you know, like, you know, so tell them next time they want to call me and do an interview, I'm going to say, you know, wait a minute, you got to talk to my people. I don't have time for you. You know what? I'm passing that along because I'm still poor. So don't worry. I'm always got time for you, Geno. All right, my man. All right, Coach. I'll talk to you. All right. Thank you so much.
All right, you got it.
Appreciate it.
Bye.